Good morning. This morning, I am going to allow you to know my thoughts in order to provoke you to have a conversation with yourself. Think about these things. Now, a couple months ago, and maybe a month and a half ago, I talked about three experiences that I went through. The first one was feeling pain in my body. I woke up and I felt like someone had beat me in my sleep. I never felt that before. My whole body was aching. The second experience seems like the next week, I went through this deep sadness. I can't even say sadness. It was as if I was I was so helpless that all I could do was cry and beg God for help. Like, God, help me. And I didn't even know what I was asking for help from because nothing in my life was messed up to the point where I felt sad, depressed, lonely, anything like that. But I was overwhelmed with that experience. And I found it hard to get out of bed. And I asked God after it passed, after some days, I said, God, what was that? And God somehow spiritually gave me the understanding that that happened so I could understand how people who go through that, who have that is their situation, that is their circumstance, how they feel, so that I could empathize and say that I have felt that before. I have been there for no reason, okay? First time in my life. I mean, I have been depressed before. I have been down before of things that was happening in my life and situations that I could not control and I felt helpless. But this was not one of those times. This was just, it came from nowhere and I couldn't understand it. And I called out on God. And it was more of a spiritual battle. The third thing that happened was I lost my voice. I woke up and I was moving my mouth. I was talking, but nothing was coming, no sound was coming out. I lost my voice. And after some days, it came sporadically. I would say one word, I would be mouthing, I would be talking, but you could hear one word, and then maybe you couldn't hear the other one, and then you could hear two and three words, and maybe two or three you couldn't hear. It was such an experience that it really was mind-blowing, but it all happened in succession, one thing after the other, and then it stopped. So it made me aware that God has given me a voice, which I've known I have a voice, but I have some gifts. One of my gifts is writing and inspiration. I have written letters to people, not trying to, but they have let me know that it brought them to tears. It moved them. And I hope that I have encouraged and inspired people to do things. But this is the conversation that I want you to hear. I just said all of that just in case you didn't see that video, because for the rest of this year, I said I was going to focus on mental health. Your mind is a powerful thing. Over the last couple of weeks, I have been learning some disturbing and hearing some disturbing things. Now, I come from pretty much a religious background. I was raised to believe in God, to have a relationship with God, to pray, to go to church. I don't attend church every single week on a regular basis. I'm not caught up in denominations and things like that, even though I am a baptized member of a certain denomination and I believe in truth. But the things that I am seeing are not in the church. They are in the world, things that are happening. I've been listening to Candace Owens. I don't know if you've ever heard of Candace Owens. When I think of Candace Owens, the first word that pops in my mind is brave. Brave. Because she is revealing things that definitely I can say are probably putting her life in danger. But she's doing it without fear, and she's on fire. She's on fire. But some of the things that I have learned from listening to some of her recent videos are disturbing. Okay. Some of the things that I am seeing, which this is old news to some of you all, but young black rappers, I'm listening to things like learning about MK Ultra. If you've never heard of that, mind control experimentations that have been done. If I can do sign language, all about that organization and what it has led up to and what's going on. There are certain, right now in the news, UFOs that to me is advanced technology that we're not to be known, is not to be made known right now what's going on. Young black men, rappers, this is old news, in videos giving Lucifer lap dances. Right now, currently, a young woman who is attempting to sleep with 1,000 men just to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. I saw a video where she had slept with 101 day and she broke down in tears because of that experience. And she's putting herself through that. This is just a taste, a tad bit of society and what is going on. So here I am, a mother, a grandmother, somebody's daughter, a black African American in America, asking God, what am I to do? What can I do about these things? Why am I really here? So I want to evoke in you, yes, we have different stages of our lives. When you're young and you start to have children, you are focused on, hey, taking care of those children, getting up every day, sending them to school, whatever you need to do, going out, making money to take care. And then life is just a cycle, but you go from one thing to one phase to another. But throughout life, if you're not careful, you can be so caught up in just surviving that you miss thinking about what am I, me, with my gifts, what am I supposed to be doing? Why am I really here? What's going on? Feeling like maybe even you don't even belong, but God does not make mistakes. You are here for a reason. What are you really supposed to be doing right now? Because Jesus is coming back. He's soon to come. The world is self-destructing right before our very eyes. What am I? What are you right now supposed to be doing with your gifts and your talents? That is the question of the day. Not just living to retire and then get to retirement age, your body's broke down, maybe it's not, and do what? Save all this money to get to retirement, have all this money, and do what with it? What are you really doing here? What are we really doing here? We are not UFOs. What are we really doing? What are you really doing? What are you really supposed to be doing? Is the question. God bless you.